So what's up everybody, Black Clover 332, spoilers are out. This chapter is a build-up chapter. You know, we've been waiting for such a long time for Black Clover to finally come back, and it's back. It feels so good to make a video about Black Clover in terms of a new chapter. Oh man, I miss YouTube, I miss y'all. I want to say thank you guys so much for the support over these 3 months. I know I made a couple of videos here and there. It's been difficult, man, and everybody here can relate. So without further ado, let's get into these Black Clover 332 spoilers. Man, it feels so good to say that. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussions, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, like, comment. I read the comments. Suecia hit me with some false copyright strikes. So let's get this channel back to 5,000. I have a Discord that I'm trying to be more active in. I'm thinking about doing certain videos of just talking about you guys' theory. Also, let me know what videos you guys want me to do in terms of topics. But all right, so this chapter is going to be 19 pages plus a double color spread. I saw the double color spread and it looks interesting. It looks like Yuno and Asta kind of have like different looks. They still look the same. Asta's still kind of short. Basically, almost everybody looks the same. There's been a little bit changes like Charlotte, but everything else, everybody kind of looks similar, which we did get a confirmation that the time skip is going to be a year and 3 months, which is interesting because a year and 3 months, it kind of seems like everybody's just wondering where 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚛 is at. Also, it looks like the Wizard King disappeared for that time. So, you know, it makes me wonder like why didn't the people stressed out more about this? But the chapter itself is called the final declaration, which, you know, if you think about it, it makes sense because Asta's most likely going to say in this chapter, just from the title, he's going to be Wizard King. Probably going to be the final time that Asta says this in terms of people think of him as it not being possible, because at this point it's very possible, especially throughout this chapter. You kind of see that Asta finally gets the recognition that he wanted. So the beginning of the chapter actually starts in the underworld in the 7th gate. Apparently Lucifer mumbles about him having the strongest magic. Lucius appears and saying, indeed, but in this world us humans have the most outstanding superior magic, which, you know, it makes me think like devils, when they die, they kind of just like disappear, you know, like they disintegrate, versus humans where they leave a body. It makes me wonder like what if like devils are technically like, you know, just negative mana themselves. So that line is interesting to me, saying that humans have superior magic. I guess humans can probably, because they have a grimoire, it's better for them to be more superior in terms of controlling magic, but we'll probably get more of that line explained throughout this arc. And man, this is just so epic. I'm so happy to finally get new Black Clover content. My god. So the next scenes, it basically cuts to a post time skip special ceremony where Asta is promoted to like a senior magic knight, and we're told that Yuno is a grand magic knight, but he's on a mission right now. So basically Asta is now at the same level as Not, but he is not a vice captain. So Asta can be promoted to a vice captain at this moment. So I'm guessing if a magic squad needs a vice captain, Asta would be the next in line. And then Yuno being a grand magic knight means that Yuno can be promoted to a magic knight captain if they really wanted him to. So that's very interesting to look at. Yuno's always one step ahead of Asta. Asta, he represents basically the normal guy. Hard work outbeats talent. Yuno represents talent, so Yuno's always going to be like a little bit ahead of him. But you know, Asta's, he's gonna do something crazy and he's gonna get to that level of being a grand magical knight. Also, I've been told that Grand Magical Knight, that position is legible to actually run for the next Wizard King. So Asta still needs to get that other promotion, but it's good to see Asta get that recognition that we always wanted him to have. Remember how everybody was looking down on him, saying he was just a peasant with no mana from 𝚲𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚝 village? Now he's Asta, the guy that saved the world, saved the Clover Kingdom. It's just really heartwarming to see this. From what I said before, 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚛 still disappeared. It looks like Lucius did kill off 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎𝚑. With the words being spoken on that chapter that 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎 confronted Julius, Asta and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 were having a discussion how much they dislike 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎, and usually when one of the main characters says they really dislike a character, that character usually gets killed off, and it looks like that's what happened to 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎. He disappeared for a while. Like I said before, it's just kind of weird how nobody really just questioned that, like how they're just gonna accept that, you know what I mean? Like why hasn't anybody looked for him? He's part of the royal family that's currently ruling right now. He's part of the Kira family, so it's just weird. And then people people are chatting, basically asking why the Wizard King is missing from the ceremony. Later in the chapter, it kind of makes more sense as to why, but you could tell this chapter has been the lead up to the end, and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 does deliver in this chapter at the end. But from what it looks like, I'm not entirely sure if the Wizard King has been gone for a while now, or he's just disappeared for this ceremony. And during this time, this 1 year and 3 months, was Lucius pretending to be a kid again? Was Lucius just changing his hair color and his mark on his forehead to look like Julius? Was Julius self-conscious? Because I think Julius is a person. Was Julius, who we know and grew to love, was he like hidden this whole time? Is he still around somewhere in Lucius' conscious? I hope that gets explained. We do see that Asta is kind of gossiping that the next Wizard King is 𝚲𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚝. 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚑 says that all that is on hold for the moment, and then there's like no 𝚲𝚑𝚑𝚗 or William, which is kind of interesting. 𝚲𝚲𝚑𝚗 kind of has a talk with Asta, saying that there's still some people that distrust the devil's power, but Asta's merit should be recognized, and Asta's very happy that, you know, 𝚲𝚲𝚗𝚑 finally recognizes him. The Vermilion family has always been kind of like people that I like yes, you can be from whatever background, as long as you show merit, power, and value to the kingdom, they will honor you. And that's what I always liked about them compared to Noelle's family, the Silver family. There's like a huge difference to them. And if you think about it, 𝚲𝚲𝚗's family, the Vermilion family, they're fire, and then Noelle's family, the Silver family, is basically liquid or metal. It's interesting to see the contrast between those two royal families. Also, 𝚲𝚲𝚗 does says he's just not strong enough to be a Wizard King yet. And then you see Yami basically on the toilet, like a typical Yami thing, you know? And then Yami saying he doesn't understand why Charlotte's acting weird near him. Basically, for the past year, he's been pondering about the whole thing that Charlotte confession, because it looks like Finral told him Charlotte confessed to Yami while he was on the verge of death. And Yami's just pondering if Charlotte is in love with him. It's like, dude, come on. Obviously, she loves him. But then again, this is a shonen manga, you know, different cultures, but it's like, dude, take a shot. And then we go back to Asta, and it looks like Asta is the same height as Sister Lily, and he proposes to Sister Lily again because he thought after the height and after all he did, Sister Lily will accept him finally. But it's like, man, Noelle and Mimosa are way better options than Sister Lily, and she rejects him and says, hey, you're in the friend zone. Actually, you're worse than the friend zone. You're a brother to me, and not just a brother, a little brother. That's like the most harshest words to hear when you get rejected by a woman. I'm just saying. Not only are you saying that you're family, but you're her brother, not just her older brother, little brother. So it's like super looking down on that possibility. And for those who don't know, this is kind of referencing back to Black Clover's one shot. So Asta, his original design, he kept asking a woman out and she kept rejecting him. So it's good to see after all this time and Black Clover entering its final arc, 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚑 throws that in there, and Asta finally acknowledges the rejection, which is good character development at this point, because it's like, dude, you have so many women after you. You literally have a harem and you're just crazy over Sister Lily, which kind of shows how, like, in real life, how you can have all these people be attracted to you, but all you care about is that one person, to the point where you don't see all the other people. That's basically what's happening with Asta and this whole story arc. And I think this moment is going to be very important, which will lead to Asta Noelle or Asta and Mimosa, which I think is going to end up with being Asta and Noelle have a actual strong relationship type of moment, because we all know that Noelle finally admitted that she loves Asta. But now, does Asta have feelings for Noelle in that sense? I think it's going to start budding into that, and this was a very important moment for his character. Asta basically says, I understand, but I will never give up on my thoughts of becoming the Wizard King. And then Lucius appears in front of Sister Lily and Asta, but you see Lucius, not Julius. So Lucius with the black hair and the Astaroth symbol on his forehead, saying, congratulations, you reached the midpoint. And basically the midpoint, from what I'm getting, means that Asta just been promoted to Senior Magic Knight. It's the midpoint rank between Wizard King and Junior Magic Knight. So that means that technically Asta still has more to go. But to me, it's kind of weird that Lucius appeared. Hopefully, you know, we get to see Julius appear somewhere, but I think it's still too soon for Asta to confront Lucius. But then again, we don't know. 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚑 wants to speed up everything. It'll be very interesting to see how this unfolds. But yes, that's basically all I had to say about the spoilers. These spoilers are fire. Can't wait to do a chapter review and give my detailed thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about this chapter spoilers. Let me know what you think about the ending. Do you think the ending is super hype? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.